I'm Van.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
And Culpy and Chip.
Children of Bodom, Downfall. We've got a $75 partner tier on Patreon where you can get your local band reviewed.
Yep.
And so the big homie decided to get his local band, wink wink, Children of Bodom, reviewed.
Shout out to JLU.
Yep. For timely topical political commentary, you can hit us up at Middle America with Vin and Sori. We're going to do a fireside in a couple hours, so this should be interesting.
Well, by the time this gets released, babe, this is getting released during maternity leave.
Seduct.
But there's plenty of firesides to
catch up on.
catch up on.
For sure. Okay. And if you want to, we'll have updates about Sori's pregnancy. I guess on.
So you check out My Sori Life to see.
Yeah, and then we'll have inshallah, Orion will be there by that time.
Well, by the time they're watching this, he will be, because I'll be on maternity leave, babe. What? Are you okay? I will.
I don't know. I'm a little bit discombobulated. Let's go. Children of Bodom, Downfall. Go!
Go.
Whoa. I was not expecting that. Iron Maiden.
Yeah. I like this.
was completely different from what I was expecting.
Yeah, me too.
I heard the name Children of Bodom. I'm like, it's gonna be like this. And terrible production and da-da-da-da. These guys are from Finland. Long live Finland. Freaking Europeans and their metal.
I know.
The entire continent is just one badass band after another. It's insane. It's seriously, they're all just like, you can just eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Have we heard a bad
I
band
don't think so.
from that area?
I don't think so.
These guys are badass, man. And I like the way that they used the synth, actually. Like the
Yeah.
yeah, because it was clean. Everything was clean. All the notes were clean. Like I can go into. It's interesting. It's like usually if I want soda, and then I drink the thing and it's water. It's like, blah! You know, you're expecting. So I was expecting terrible production, da 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 da. So like I had my mind frame for that. I was telling myself like, Vin.
Yeah, that's what I thought we were going into also.
And then so I was like, I got to get my palate up for that type of music.
Yes.
And then it went, phew, nope. Actually, this is gonna be very clean. Everything is gonna be clean and very
Well, the vocals
produced.
weren't. The vocals were.
Well, yeah. But the I'm talking about the production level. The production level was really clean. Like you heard every single note. It was really, really highbrow. It was good. The name of this song is Downfall. And it's off the record Hate Breeder. That's interesting because there's a band called Hate Breed. I wonder if that's where they got their name from. 99, Hate Breed.
So what is this person hating themselves?
Well, the name of the record is Hate Breeder. The name of the song is Downfall. So.
Yeah, but it was saying like, leaving myself, there's nothing left for me, the ruins are about to crumble.
I'm my own enemy.
It reflects hatred in my eyes. So, well, I guess let's start at the beginning.
The night of timeless fire is drawing near. The night of timeless fire. That's a good opening line, bruh. That's a good opening line. Which, you know, hell. You know, the night of timeless fire. I really like that line. That's a good line. Sometimes there's certain, like I'm working on a song right now, and like there's just certain lines that like inspire a whole song. That is like, that line right there can inspire an entire book. Just that one line. Seriously, the night of timeless fire. Are you kidding me? Like that's probably the illest line I've heard in the entire 2019 so far. The night of timeless fire is drawing near. I flee. Throughout the years of throe, watching through a mirror as I fall apart, I see a wreck. I'm burning. Okay? Watching through a mirror as I fall apart. That's interesting. Because, like, he can see himself doing it, but he can't really stop it from happening. Which is a pretty crazy situation to be in.
So he's seeing the future?
Well, I you know, there's time, like, we've dealt with people, like, where you're like, yo, you're destroying yourself, and they know they're destroying themselves, but they can't really stop it. So he's kind of like watching through a mirror, like, in the sense that he's watching himself destroy himself, but he's only a spectator almost, because he's so deep into it that he can't change it.
Oh,
see what
okay. Well, because see, the next line says, I see angels burning, falling down in ruins. So that makes it seem like it's not just him that's burning, but then it says, looking down, I see me. I'm my own enemy, so that kind of goes to what you were saying.
Well, I do. Angels burning, falling down in ruins could be the people in his life. See what I'm saying? Because most of the time, most people don't wreck their lives by themselves. They usually bring other people down with them, but they're innocent people. Not innocent in the sense that they're perfect, but innocent in the sense that they didn't take part in whatever your destructive behavior is, but now they're going to deal with the fallout of your destructive behavior. So, seeing angels burning and falling down in ruins is a very. And then he's looking down and sees that he's his own enemy. He's doing it. Watching myself decaying, falling from high spirits, I flee throughout the ruins of me, longing for. Finding my way out, leaving myself, there's nothing left for me. The ruins are about to crumble. Good Lord.
Yeah, that's pretty wild because he's saying, I flee throughout the ruins of me. Like,
right.
So it's himself, but at the same time he's fleeing through that, like, trying to, it almost sounds like you know, when everything is crumbling, like yourself is just crumbling, and then you're like, but you're still there. It's not like you're dead. So you're still trying to make your way out of the ruins.
Yeah, I mean, one of the big debates I'm having with Dorian right now is the whole self-accountability thing.
Yeah.
And the ability to, you know, I said, bro, you have an excuse for everything. He said, that's good. I said, no, it's not. It's not good to have an excuse for everything. You know, because at some level you gotta take accountability and responsibility for why you are where you are. Why are you in the predicament that you're in? And you know, this guy is seeing it, and you know, it's very rare that you.
Well,
go ahead.
Finding excuses and having excuses is actually a very powerless way to live.
Oh, for sure.
Because if you have an excuse for everything, then nothing is never ever your fault.
Right.
And if it's not your fault, then you can't do anything to change the situation you're in.
You've got no influence. So.
But if it is your fault, or if a part of it is your fault,
right,
and you own up to that, then you can change part of that bad situation or all of it.
Sadat. Right. Correct. Because that means that you have influence.
Right.
So, you know, and that's one of the hardest lessons to teach a person. Because at the end of the day, you will come to this conclusion. Whether you admit it to yourself or not, it's just a matter of when. And in this guy's situation, in this part of the song, he found out too late. And it's basically the second to last song on the record. So if there's going to be some redemption, he's got, you know, I mean, Downfall seems to almost be the last song on the record. No Commands is...
That might be a hidden track.
It's not even listed as a number, but no Commands doesn't sound...
But the mirror's back there, so maybe there's more.
Well, looking at myself in the mirror, is it me? Anybody there? I ask myself and look away. I don't know. But, like, I think it's one of those things where if you take the responsibility, accountability at the beginning of your life or whatever, there's so much room to redeem it. But if you take accountability at the end, after everything is wrecked, then your ability for redemption is shortened.
Oh, yeah.
So, but a lot of people look at it like you're trying to make them feel bad about themselves, or you're trying to whatever. And it's like self-accountability is the only way out. Like excuse making and putting all the whatever that's not the way out, because it doesn't change the reality that everything around you is crumbling.
Yeah, but sometimes you just feel so down and discouraged that you don't want to be like, oh my gosh, it's also my fault. I'm the one that brought the fucking... Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be that person.
The fucking... What is that?
I just keep seeing it on Facebook. You know, people didn't say
that was Carmen. That was Carmen's thing.
Yes, Carmen's thing.
The one that brought the fucking... I almost feel tempted to... There's so many shirts I want to have. The fucking... That's a really, you know... In relationships, it's a thing. In work, it's a thing. Like... There's so many people that I've talked to, and if they would just take some accountability, they would be able to go out there and crush it. And because they won't, they won't.
Right.
And then they'll see people get like promoted in front of them, and they'll, oh, it's because somebody's a, you know, kiss ass. No, it's because I don't have to arm wrestle them. Like if they messed up on something, they go, yeah, Vin, this is what happened. Da da da. And once I hear that, I'm done with it. I leave it alone because I'm like, oh, they've got it. It's when you start making excuses that I start like, you know, start going into your dinner and start going, hey,
what's here?
Right. So it's a real tough, and a lot of people generally don't learn that lesson until it's way, way too late. You know.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's one of those things, and it's not. Of course, now when I'm talking to Dorian about that. Like I said, we always have a template around it.
Yes.
So it's not, you suck, you're a terrible person, take accountability. It's like, okay, like, you're flawed. You were born flawed.
Right.
Like, you're going to screw up somewhere. Okay, that's where it is. Okay, now how do we help you? How do we help you? How do you tighten up that part of your game? Because it's obviously a weak spot of yours.
Right.
Right? You know.
Because obviously as Christians, we believe that people are born sinners. So like you already have issues when you're born. Nobody has to teach kids to steal toys from each other. Or
it's just a matter of
whatever.
time. It's just a matter of time.
Once they can start showing it, you start seeing it. You know, it's no surprise.
Yeah. And so
but then that opens it up for us to be able to be more real with our kids and not be like, what the heck is wrong with you? Like, you know, you see them doing stuff and you're like, oh, well, they had to do something, you know. But you help them work through it, yeah.
It's gonna happen. So,
yeah.
Johan's kind of like that. He'd be like, yeah, I did that. I just didn't want to do the kitchen.
Yep.
he'll like tell you straight up, and then he'll kind of look at you, and you're like, "Oh shit! Well, do the kitchen, you evil bastard." But yeah, and you kind of become your own enemy, and you know until and it's a weird thought, but it's like I'm one of my best friends, and I don't have a lot of them, but I'm not my own worst enemy.
No, that's true.
I'm a very good friend of mine, and I'm a fan of me.
Yeah, you're a fan of your raps.
Yeah, I'm one of the best.
Yep.
I'm one of the best.
Come in the room, you're like, I'm one of the best.
It's like Tom Brady. Tom Brady is at a practice. He's like, I'm the baddest motherfucker alive.
He did?
Yeah, and then he won his 6th Super Bowl.
Oh, well.
What are you gonna tell him?
Right.
See, the thing is that everybody like, and the funny thing is, if you say like I'm a fan of myself, and if you say like I'm a good friend to myself and things like that, people like legitimately will be upset at you. Mm-hmm. They want you to say you're your own worst enemy and da 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 da. And then oh yeah, because most people are terrible to themselves with their self-talk.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so it's like if you're grounded and rooted in who you are as a person, and that you can look yourself in the mirror and you don't hate yourself, now all of a sudden like you're an arrogant person because they're not there yet. Well, get there. Don't be mad at the person who got there.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? It's your hateful self. So he's his own worst enemy, and like you have those decisions. Like you can choose to be your own worst enemy, or you can choose to be a friend to yourself. Mm-hmm. And I just think it'd be better to be a friend to yourself instead of being
stuck with yourself anyway.
Instead of being an enemy to yourself, seduct. Right? Correct. Like you know, it's a lot better to be good to yourself and to be kind to yourself. Mm-hmm. And so like that's the thing. It's like if I mess up and I take accountability for something, right? Then you know I've got kind of like that. You know, an internal sort of encouragement system where it's like, all right, well, let's figure it out. Let's figure out how to make this not be like this. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, what do you give the song?
I think I'm going. I didn't feel like that the vocals and the music. I don't feel like that they mixed well. Like I had a hard time like kind of meshing them.
Really?
Yeah. So, but I liked what it sounded like musically. So I think I'm gonna go with a 7.8. Yeah, 7.8. What about you?
I don't agree with you. I think it was a good contrast between that, and so it's a 9 for me. I like the self-awareness, and I like that they didn't try to get really pretentious with the song. Like they knew what it was. All right, it's got to be 4 minutes. Let's rock and roll. And usually, I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. So good song. It's a 9 for me.
There you have it.
What's it for you?
7.8.
Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone. Is this a Patreon pick?
This is one of the $75.
All right, ready?
Do you want to know who it is?
Yeah, you dumb butt. Go to Trello, you dumb butt.
Shut up, fucking mouth.
Would you have ever thought you'd ever speak to your husband that way?
No, not at all. Honey, this Trello's not like uploading. What the heck is happening here?
What'd you do to it?
Here it is.